Hey guys, David Tao here with BarBend.com. I'm joined by Yoon. He's at Joe Therapy on Instagram. You might have seen his stuff. And today, Joe's gonna run me through 5 prehab exercises every strength athlete can benefit from.
All right, so this is gonna be the first exercise or mobility exercise for David. It's gonna be perfect for your strength athlete, or if you're just doing strength training in general, from high level to just the weekend warrior. And we're gonna start off with the foam roller on the T-spine. So David, I'm gonna have you pop up real quick and I'm gonna place this foam roller right in the middle part of your back. We have the knees bent, and then I'm gonna have you put your hands behind your head and bring your elbows close together. And one thing I wanna concentrate on here is making sure that the chin is tucked and we keep the abs contracted just a little bit, maybe about 20%. And what I want you to do is concentrate on those movements and then arch over the foam roller, but keep that chin tucked. One of the big common mistakes I see when people are mobilizing the T-spine is they end up just looking back and bending their neck back, which means they're just bending from the neck and not mobilizing the T-spine. So let's come back up and let's do a couple reps here. So keep that chin tucked and then arch over. You probably won't be able to go as far, but you'll feel it way more in the T-spine. It's way more effective. This next exercise is one of my favorite hip mobility exercises, and it's called the Shin Box. Perfect for working on those hip external rotators and also those hip internal rotators. So David's actually in a great position already, knees bent, feet out in front of him, and all we're going to do now is drop the knees to one side. And in this position, we're working the hip external rotation on this front leg, and then on this back side, working those hip internal rotators. This is a tough one. It looks harder than it is. And now let's go over to the other side. We're gonna make this active. We're gonna move through the motion. Oh! And now we can really see what side is maybe a little bit better than the other, but we love doing this multiple times, going back and forth. Amazing. So this is one of my favorite moves just all time, and hopefully you guys will start incorporating it into your prehab routine. It's a good old CatCow. Probably see it in yoga studios all the time, but it's great for the strength athlete as well. So we're gonna start with hands under shoulders, knees under hips, great tabletop position. David's doing a perfect job with that. And then all we're going to do is start by tucking the chin and rounding the back, and this is the cat motion. And then we're going to reverse the motion by looking up and dropping the chest down to the ground, keeping some good space between the shoulders and the ears. And let's keep running through some reps here. And this is amazing for the spine. It's gonna start gently stretching the spine in both directions, flexion and extension. But we get so much more than that. We get a great pelvic tilting, anterior tilt, posterior tilt. Then we also get some good retraction and protraction up in the shoulder. It's just a great big bang for your buck mobility exercise, and you should always fit this into your routine. All right, and this next one, we're gonna hit a kneeling T-spine extension. And if you don't have a PVC pipe, we can use something like a broom. And if you don't have a broom, you can just use your imagination. So that's pretty good too. So what we're gonna concentrate on here is working on some T-spine extension, but also working the lats. So I'm gonna have David push the hips back, and then I want you to bicep curl, bend the elbows. So now we're putting the triceps on stretch. We're getting those lats into this stretch. And come on, bring it back. And let's sink back again. Great for T-spine extension, but also the overhead athlete, because we get some great stretch on that lat, and it should help make you get into that overhead position way better. Let's pop it back up. The further you bring your knees out will also make it a little bit tougher. So if you're super mobile, challenge yourself a little bit, bring your knees a little bit further away from the bench to make it a little bit tougher. Ankle mobility, very important for things like squats, so we better have great ankle mobility, especially in dorsiflexion. So we'll do the classic ankle mobility exercise, it's just pushing the knee over the toe. And I like to concentrate on making sure that we're going over the middle toe, or maybe closer towards the pinky toe, because if we go in, that ankle starts to collapse, and you might get a little false positive here. You'll probably be able to go a little bit further. So I also like to use something like, again, PVC pipe, if you don't have that, a broom, and put that right in front of the big toe and just try to tap. And then you can also go to the outside of the broom and really work on that ankle mobility that way. And if you want to kick it up a notch, grab a kettlebell, place it right on your quad, close to the knee, and do that motion again, getting a little bit of overpressure on the ankle joint, and this is great to improve ankle mobility. Reps and sets, how many should I do? I get this question asked all the time, and it's gonna vary depending on what your goal is. Let's say you're just trying to get a little bit of movement in. Maybe just run through it one time, but do 10 reps of each exercise. Maybe you can make a little circuit, do it right after each other. But if you're really trying to improve that mobility, let's run 3 sets of 10 reps and do that once a day. And if you're improving, that's great. If you want to improve more, you can add some more, or you can just do 1 set and that would be great as well. So make sure you give those sets and rep schemes a try.
For more great info that's relevant to strength athletes and anyone interested in strength training, make sure to visit BarBend and Google BarBend plus mobility exercises. And little plug for Joe's new book, Better Stretching. It's out on newsstands now, so definitely go check it out.